What is going on, guys? It's Mr. Rice tutoring here. I'm back with another video, and in today's video we are going to be focused on negative numbers, which is part of the Edexcel GCSE course. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Ignore that number line for a second, that is for a question. So I've made this a little bit easy for myself. Here is a map of the British Isles. The temperatures in some places one night last winter are shown on the map. So we've got Belfast at -4, Edinburgh at -7, Cardiff at -6, London at 3, and Plymouth at 5. Our first question is asking us to write down the names of the two places that have the biggest difference in temperature. So difference, so this word here, just essentially means the amount between two different numbers and which one has the greatest difference. So the best way to work this out would be to simply first identify the biggest and the smallest number. So the biggest number is -5 and the smallest number is -7. So I've circled them here and I'll explain to you why that is the case. So on a number line here, so my drawing is pretty terrible, but you'll have to excuse that. We've got 0 in the middle here, and on the right side, which is this side, we write our positive numbers down, which go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. Then on this side, we've got our negative numbers. So we've got -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, etc. And the difference, what happens with minus numbers is although the numbers here on this side, like the 1 and 2, increase in value, the bigger the minus number actually means the smaller the number. So you've got to be very careful. So -1, for example, is bigger than -4, for example. I hope that makes sense. So our question is the difference between 5 and -7. Oh, I've actually not wrote -7 on here, so I'm going to shove that on at the end if I can. Hold on a minute. So -7 is going to go there. So what we have to do is we have to work out the difference between 5 and -7. The best way to do this is just use the number line here. So I'm going to start 5. Then I'm going to draw how many bumps. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's a difference of 12. Now we actually don't have to do this for this question. We just have to state what the biggest difference is. And the best way to do it is simply by looking at the biggest temperature and the smallest temperature. So for our answer, we would simply write down Plymouth. So I'm just going to put PLY for this. And Edinburgh. So I'm just going to put EDIN. And luckily enough, it actually asks us work out the difference in temperature between these two places. We've just used the number line, and we have actually identified from all these bumps. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you just put 12 in the answer box. I hope that makes sense. So, two pairs of places have a difference in temperature of 2 degrees. Write down the names of these places. Okay, so we're looking for 2 different pairs. Well, I can actually see that Belfast and Cardiff have a difference of 2. A difference between 6 and 4, whether it's a minus or not, is 2. So we put Cardiff and Belfast. I'm just going to write the letters down. So I'm going to put Cardiff, Belfast. And then for our other one, let's have a look. I can see London, it's 3 degrees, and Plymouth is 5 degrees, and the difference between 5 and 3 is 2. So I'm going to put P and L for that. So it'll be P and L. So yeah, so if you were to get that in your exam, that is 5 marks. So next question, write down the temperature that is shown on the thermometer. So if you haven't seen my reading scales video, you're probably best checking that out first, but that's not to worry. So it starts off 0 here, and as you can see, our next visible number is 5. And if you look very closely, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 in the middle. So that means there's a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a gap of 5 between there's a gap of 5 between 0 and 5. So that means each one of these is worth 1. So that'll be 1, 2, 3. So the answer to this one would be 3. So we know that the temperature is 3 degrees, and now it says the temperature falls by 8. Work out the new temperature. What we could do actually for this one is we could do another number line scenario. So I'm going to actually draw another one here. I'm going to put that underneath here. So I'm going to start the number line at 3 degrees. So I'm going to put 3 about here, and it's fallen by 8. So I'm just going to draw a few numbers: 2, 1, 0, 1. So sorry, not 1. -1, -2, -3, -4, etc. And then -5 actually, -6. So I go all the way across here. We want what the difference between when the temperature falls by 8 degrees. So remember, with negative numbers, they when we're going backwards, we always go to the left of our number line. So we need to go down 8 degrees. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you look closely, it lands on the number -5. So I'm going to write that in. Perfect. And again, that would be another 3 marks in the exam. Actually, no, 2 marks in the exam. So, it's worth getting these basic questions right, because you never know. Right. Nice and easy one, this. Write down the highest temperature. So it says Sally wrote down the temperature at different times on the 1st of January 2003. So we've got midnight -6, 4 a.m. -10, 8 a.m. -4, noon is 7, 3 p.m. is 6, 7 p.m. is -2. And what we have to do is write down the highest temperature. So highest temperature is always going to be a positive number, not a negative number. So we have to remember that. And the highest positive number that I can see is 7 degrees. So we just write number 7 as our answer. And then the lowest temperature, well, for some reason there's not space for the lowest, so we're going to have to just shove it in there. The lowest is going to be the biggest minus number. So the biggest minus number in this case is the 4 a.m. -10. So we simply just write -10, and then just to be safe, just in case this was intentional, I'm going to put the degree C there. Work out the difference in temperature between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. So at 4 a.m. it was -10, and 8 a.m. it is -4. So the best way to work this out, when you work out the difference of any numbers, you just take away the biggest and the smallest. So you can actually, even if it's a negative number, just do 10, take away 4, which equals 6. So in this box here, you just simply put 6 as your answer. Okay, next one. Work out the difference in temperature between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. So at 3 p.m., it is 6, and 7 p.m. it's -2. This time, it's not going to quite work out when we do so for this one, we have to do something a bit different, because it's a positive and a negative number. We can actually use the number line we drew earlier up here, potentially. So if I do 3, 4, 5, and 6, let me just rub out these bumps. Oh God, no. Let me just rub out these bumps here at the top. Get rid of those. Wait, hold on a minute. That'd be easier if I do this. Yep, there we go. So I moved the bumps there. So this time we're going from 6 So 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. So we're going from 6 to -2. So remember, we always work backwards. So we go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2. Now, if we count all our bumps, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the answer in this box here will be 8. Okay, last question for this one. At 11 p.m. that day, the temperature had fallen by 5 degrees from its value at 7 p.m. Work out the temperature at 11 p.m. So, the temperature at 7 p.m. was -2, and it fell by 7 degrees. So, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to draw a little number line again and start at -2. And then I'm going to keep going down 7 degrees. So if we go down 7 degrees, I'm going to write a few numbers in. So I'm going to write -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10. That'll do. And it's fallen by 5 degrees. So its original value is -2. And we've got to do by 5 degrees. So let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our answer would be -7. Not -7, sorry, it would be 5 degrees, I beg your pardon. Wait, no, it wouldn't. So the new temperature would be -7. Yeah, that's fine. So that's my fault. The new temperature is going to be -7. I don't know why I said that. So it's fallen by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -7 would be our answer. There we go. That's another 5 marks in the exam. Right. We've got bigger numbers to deal with this time. So the table shows the temperature on the surface of each of 5 planets. So we've got Venus 480, Mars -60, Jupiter 150, Saturn -180, Uranus -210. Work out the difference in temperature between Mars and Jupiter. So for this, because it's 2 minus numbers, we can simply just take these away actually. So we've got Mars here, Jupiter there, and I'm simply just going to do 150 take away 60, and do we know what to do? So it'd be 0 take away 0, which is 0 take away 0, which is 0. 5 take away 6 we can't do, so we cross off the 1, that becomes 0. Then 15 take away 6 will become 9. And then 0 stays as it is, so the difference in temperature will be 90. Then our next question is work out the difference in temperature between Venus and Mars. Now, this one's a bit trickier, but I'm going to break it down. Firstly, what you should always do is you should work out the difference in temperature between the large one to get to 0. So I'm just going to simply do, so to get to 0, it's going to be 480. So we already know it's 480. And then because it's -60, we just need to add another 60 onto that. And 480 plus 60. Let's work this out properly. So let's do 480 plus 60. 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 6, well, we know that to be, 14. So we put 4 there, carry the 1. Then 4 plus 1 is 5. So the answer to this one is 540. Brilliant. Which planet has a temperature 30 degrees higher than the temperature on Saturn? So Saturn's temperature is minus 180. Now, if you remember, when negative numbers get larger, they become the value becomes smaller. So if we do 30 degrees higher than 180, we'd work the opposite way. So we do 180 take away 30. You could do the opposite for this one, and then that'll get you 150. And if we go up, is there a temperature of 150? Yes, there is. There's a minus 150 there, which is Jupiter. So therefore, Jupiter, I'm just going to put a J for this, will go in your answer. Next question. The temperature on Pluto is 20 degrees lower than the temperature on Uranus. Work out the temperature on Pluto. So on Uranus, it's minus 210, and the temperature on Pluto is 20 degrees lower. So all we need to do is, instead of taking away, we can add. So we can do minus 210 plus 20. We can do two. So forget the minuses there. We can do 210 plus 20, and that equals 230. Don't forget the minus. So we put minus 230. Hope that all makes sense. I'm trying my best with these. It's sort of a new video for me. So, next one. The table shows temperatures at midnight and midday on one day in 5 cities. So we've got Belfast, Cambridge, Edinburgh, Leeds, London. And then we've got midnight temperature for Belfast -3, Cambridge -1, Edinburgh -7, Leeds -6, and London -2. The midday temperature is 4, 4, -1, 3, and 6. Which city had the lowest midnight temperature? So for this one, we've got to be careful because we're only looking at the midnight temperature only. And the lowest temperature I can see is the -7, which is linked to Edinburgh. So I'm just going to put E for Edinburgh here. How many degrees higher was the temperature in Cambridge than the midnight temperature in Leeds? So we've got to look at the midnight column, and it's saying in Cambridge than in Leeds. So Cambridge, it's -1, and in Leeds it's -6. So if we do the difference between 6 and 1, so we do 6 take away 1, we would get 5. So we just put 5 in the box there. Which city had the greatest rise in temperature from midnight to midday? So for this one, we're looking for for this one, let's check each one actually. So -3 to 4, that would be that would be 7. -1 to 4 would be 5. -7 to -1 is going to be 6. And then -2 to 6 is going to be 8. And if the greatest difference is the biggest number on these ones, so we know that's 8, and that would be London. So I'm simply going to write L for London. Okay, we're nearly getting there now. So the table shows the temperatures in 4 cities at noon one day. So we've got Oslo -13, New York -5, Cape Town 9, London 2. And I simply want you to write down the highest temperature. The highest temperature is Cape Town, so that'll be 9 degrees. Work out the difference in temperature between Oslo and New York. So we've got Oslo and New York, so we can simply just do 13 take away 5 for this. And if we do 13 take away 5, we get 8. So 8 would be the answer for that. At 8 p.m, the temperature in London was 3 degrees lower than the temperature at noon. Right, work out the temperature in London 8 p.m. So the temperature in London is 2, and then it goes 3 degrees lower. So if you remember, we can just simply draw a little number line. That's really little. So we've got 2 here. Now 3 degrees lower, we can go 2, 1, 0, -1. Let's just double check. 1, 2, 3. So the answer would be -1. Right. 2 more questions to go. The table shows the midday temperatures in 4 different cities on Monday. Which city had the lowest temperature? So lowest temperature, look for the highest minus. So it's Glasgow. So I'm just going to put G for Glasgow. That was terrible. Work out the difference between the temperature in Cardiff and the temperature in Belfast. So Cardiff is -1. Belfast is 5. We can simply just do 5 take away 1 for this. So if we do 5 take away 1, we get 4. That's the difference. By Tuesday midday, the midday temperature in London has risen by 7 degrees. So this has got up by 7. So work out the midday temperature in London. So again, we can do a number line. We can start with -4. And then I'm going to write some more numbers down. So give me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. And it says the temperature has risen by 7, so it was -4 at the start. So let's see how it's changed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the answer is 3. Okay. The table shows the temperature in each of the 6 cities on the 1st of January 2003. Write down the name of the city which has the lowest temperature. So looking for the biggest minus number, and that would be -14 on Moscow. So I'm going to put M for Moscow. Work out the difference in temperature between Copenhagen and Cairo. So Copenhagen is -1, Cairo has 15. So for this one, I would suggest doing the difference. I'd say work out how much it would take to get to 0, which is 15, and then just do 15 take away 1, which is 16. So just put 16 in the box. On the 2nd of January 2003, the temperature in Moscow had increased by 4 degrees. Work out the new temperature. So Moscow is -14. If you increase that by 4, so negative numbers go positives. So think of it. So negative numbers go backwards. So you can actually 14 take away 4. This will get you your answer. So 14 take away 4 would get you 10. So, and then you stick a minus in front of it. So it'll be -10. And I think that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got a lot of something from it. I hope to improve these over time. I actually find it a bit more difficult explaining the easier topics, weirdly enough. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my channel for more GCSE videos in the near future. Peace out.